vision of what I would like life to be, baby.
6, 7 years. I think we might have even been associated for at least 5 years.
More.
6 years, 7
More.
How many years is it? I reckon it'd be getting up.
Well, I got started in 2001, but it wasn't then, and it was before Chris gave up his job, wasn't it?
Yes, that's
So
right.
it was probably 2002 going into 2003.
Yeah.
So maybe beginning of 2003 we might have started our association. So it's a number of years.
Been a while,
And
it's
people say,
ongoing, of course.
Yeah, people say, you know, it takes 10 years to build a business. You know, truly successful business, and I'm getting close to that 10 years now, and I feel like I've started getting a foothold on things now.
Yeah.
So it's really good to see that the foundations, and keep coming back to those basics which you keep reinforcing so well, and then taking them out again and exploring different areas, always being safely supported there.
One of the reasons, you know, other than to talk about the next step in your business evolution, is you know, we don't have a really big virtual kind of client incubation program. You're probably the best example of a virtual client relationship that we've had, I would say, over that period of time, because certainly one of the things we find is that clients, you know, if they're not actually physically located within the incubator at Todd Street, it's very difficult for those clients to consistently engage with us. And certainly one of the things I've always valued is that we've always had regular, you know, discussions, and you might call them mentoring sessions, perhaps over the life of our relationship while you were a virtual client of Todd Street. So could you just perhaps tell us a little bit about what that relationship gave you, and how, you know, convenient or not the virtual relationship was?
It's quite funny that you bring it up that way, because from your perspective it's so different from a consumer perspective. So over the years I have thought that, okay, I've got this issue that I need to deal with, and I'll come and talk to Lynn about it. And instead of actually focusing on the issue, you've actually focused on where I'm going and business growth, and I've come out there with all this renewed vigour and with this new direction and all this possibility. So quite often I've actually come in there and found that you have kept me back on track, and that you've actually stimulated my thought process again, and then it's sort of given me a position to move forward from, whereas I was probably going into that retraction stage. So one of the benefits, I think, of that long association is that you're always there, and at very, very low cost, to know that I can, it's almost like, you know, almost like that umbilical cord that stretches for that, and then you know that you can come back and then, you know, do your own thing. And you've always been extremely supportive of the different ideas that I've had, because, you know, and the evolving, because it's all been centred around one thing, which has been property. But it's certainly taken a number of different directions, and I've been able to discuss those different directions with you and then really formulate where I'm going from there. And even though I might have been thinking one way, because you look more globally, you've been able to bring me back on track, and maybe opened up some avenues to look slightly differently from where I was thinking.
Okay. One of the things, you know, if I reflect back on the early days of Equity Finder, and I guess the process of evolution that business, and also some other initiatives that you've introduced, you know, how that's kind of morphed, if you like, into Savvy Property People, which I think is a terrific brand. And I guess would you describe yourself as a serial entrepreneur?
Yes.
It's okay. I think that's a great thing.
Well, kind of. I mean, like, there's I've been finding out about it. There's a Sherlaws. You know Sherlaws. They're a mentoring organisation as well. They've put out this life of a business owner, and it really highlights some incredible things. And I think what it's highlighted for me is that you get through that initial barrier that's there, you know, that really big wall that you hit. And, you know, you've been great working through that. And then, of course, you go to that next level where you've got your success, you've got your accolades, your rewards, and whether that's financial or from peers, etc. Then you go on from that and you hit another wall, which is the wall which says, am I taking this bigger, or am I going to basically keep it the same, or am I going to really wind it down because, you know, it's not what I anticipated? And that wall's just as big as that starting one. I think I probably haven't got quite through that second wall yet, and I look forward to taking this business, Savvy, right through there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you'll be there supporting me as it happens,
Of course,
kicking and
always.
screaming.
The relationship is never ending and ongoing, whichever way you want to take the expression.
But I think that what I've been able to do is really separate two main businesses there, and one is, you know, Equity Finder, which still is our renovation development and coaching business, and then this, which is our real estate agency, and to function as a genuine real estate agency here with absolutely way out of the box ideas, which is, you know, of course the sell it yourself sales with all the training and everything that goes with that, and property management from 4.4%, where we're encouraging people to somewhat do it themselves and teaching them how, is just sort of fits in where people are with things where they really want to take on more of that control themselves anyway. But having those two areas has been brilliant, and I think that you've really helped define what one is and what the other one is, and be able to keep them as a separate entity. Yeah.